Town and Field Church, I am so grateful to be spending this Christmas season with you guys. I know it's at a distance. To be honest, I was really looking forward in October, November when we started talking about and planning an in-person Christmas Eve service. I was really looking forward to that. But I'm still so grateful that we have digital means to get together and that we can wrap up this Light into Dark series together right here on Christmas Eve. So much to be grateful for you guys. My wife and I, you guys probably all know, we just also had a new baby on November 5th. So now we have one baby born in November and one who was born like 5 days before Christmas. Did a lot better with Avra being born 5 days before Christmas because we get to save like half our money on presents because we can just combo them. But Katana, we're probably gonna have to buy her presents for both. So I think everyone out there who has a birthday close to Christmas is like getting triggered and shuddering right now. But yeah, I'm really pumped. The last few weeks have been really cool. Listening to Dave and Rob and Matt journey through this theme in the Gospel of John, kind of around this tension of light and dark, and how Jesus is the true light that comes into a dark world. It's been crazy lately how dark it gets so early in the day. It's like 3 p.m. and it feels like it's midnight. And I think it's such a cool time and season to reflect on the anticipation of Jesus, the light, the coming light, whom we celebrate at Christmas. And I'm going to be wrapping up this series now, and probably in a passage that I would say most people probably wouldn't pick to preach on Christmas Eve. And in fact, Matt put this series together, which was awesome. And so if you don't like this passage for a Christmas Eve service, you can really just blame him. But I'm actually really excited. I think he picked the perfect passage to wrap this up, because I think that this passage takes our eyes off of just the Christmas narrative, just this reflection of a baby born in a feeding trough, and casts our minds to something higher, and that's the mission that Jesus actually came to. So when we get to John 12, verses 27 to 36, what's going on is that the plot's kind of thickening. People are starting to make plans to try to kill Jesus. They're plotting to kill his friend Lazarus. There's a lot of tension going around. And we find Jesus in this actually pretty dark moment, this moment of despair, as things are starting to unfold, as his path toward the cross is becoming more sure and more clear. And let's check this out. John 12, 27. Jesus is speaking. He says, "Now is my soul troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? But for this purpose, I have come to this hour." I love that. I want you guys to hold on to that idea. For this purpose, I have come to this hour. Jesus is saying this dark hour that he's going through, thinking about the brutal death he's going to experience on the cross. It's for that purpose that he has come. He says, "Father, glorify your name." Then a voice came from heaven. "I have glorified it, and I will glorify it again." The crowd that stood there and heard it said that it had thundered. Others said, "An angel has spoken to him." Jesus answered, "This voice has come for your sake, not for mine. Now is the judgment of this world. Now will the ruler of this world be cast out. And I, when I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all people to myself." He said this to show by what kind of death he was going to die. Here's Jesus in this moment of reflecting that he is going to die this brutal death on the cross. Really his mission. Jesus came not to just be a light in the darkness as his character, not to just kind of burst through the darkness, but to bring true light through his death on the cross, offering us grace and forgiveness for our sinfulness, for our brokenness, for our darkness, really being light through his grace into the darkness of our sin. And he calls out to God and he says, "God, glorify your name." And God says, "I have, and I'm going to glorify it again." And this is a reference to Jesus' death and resurrection from the cross. But the people don't get it. And it says in verse 34, "So the crowd answered him, 'We have heard from the law that the Christ remains forever. How can you say that the Son of Man must be lifted up? Who is this Son of Man?'" So they're saying, "Jesus, this doesn't make sense. Our understanding is that when the Savior comes, he's not going to die, he's not going to go away, but he's going to be eternal." And they don't understand that there's something so much bigger going on here. Jesus didn't come to be a glimmer of light. He didn't just come to be a kind of this glimpse of a bit of light in the darkness, but Jesus came to offer himself to eradicate darkness forever and to be the shining light that stands in all eternity through both his death and his resurrection. And this is what Christmas is all about. Is that Jesus came not just to be born, not just so we can have Christmas season, but he was born with his eyes laser focused on this mission of what he was going to accomplish in order to be the true light into darkness. He responds in verse 35. So Jesus said to them, "The light is among you for a little while longer. Walk while you have the light, lest darkness overtake you. The one who walks in the darkness does not know where he is going. While you have the light, believe in the light, that you may become sons of light." I'm going to read that one more time. Jesus' response is, "The light is among you for a little while longer. Walk while you have the light, lest darkness overtake you. The one who walks in the darkness does not know where he is going. While you have the light, believe in the light, that you may become sons of light." And Jesus is calling out our world for what it really is here. He's saying, you guys have stumbled around in darkness for so long, and as humans who are captivated by sinfulness and by your broken sinful nature, you love the dark. You're drawn to the dark, but he comes to be this beacon of light. I love that video we watched earlier where the guy's like debunking all like the guy's kind of narrative of the Christmas story. That's actually like so, if you get to know me, that's so Ryan. I remember our first daughter, Avra, had just been born. I was reading her the Jesus Storybook, which is a great kid's Bible. But we got to the story of Noah, and I'm reading it, and it gets to the point where it says that Noah's friends and neighbors came, and they're like making fun of him for building the ark. And I remember reading it, and I was like, well, Avra, just so you know, that part's like, that's conjecture. It's not actually in the biblical text, so we don't know if that happened for sure or not. I remember Talcy standing and just shaking her head and being like, Ryan, she's 6 days old. She literally doesn't understand English. Like, it's okay. It's so me. But aside from all of that, when this guy debunks it, for me, what the picture of that video does is it strips away all the details. It strips away all of that. And I love the part where the shot goes up to the star shining down over this baby Jesus. Jesus came at Christmas not just to be born, but to step into this mission, this calling to be this light that breaks through the darkness. In fact, when I first saw that video, I was like laughing, and then in that moment, I actually like almost started tearing up because I just thought about the cost at which Jesus brought this light, the cost at which this gift of light that Jesus brought into our dark and broken world came with. It's incredible. This baby born with his heart, his mind set on this mission to give his life as a sacrifice for all of us, and through his resurrection to be a shining light that shines all eternity, that breaks through the darkness. Like at Christmas, it'd be easy for me to talk about how we shouldn't be focused on consumerism or gifts, or we should be looking to the new year, new me kind of thing. And honestly, I don't really care too much about any of that. I don't care if you're doing gifts or you're not doing gifts, what your Christmas traditions are, what you're looking forward to. Maybe you're like opening gifts right now as I talk to you guys about this passage. Whatever you're doing, there's something so much bigger going on than just Christmas Day, our celebrations and how we reflect on Jesus during December. What we've been given is a gift of eternal light that transforms us. And Jesus' calling here in John 12 is for us to walk as sons, as daughters, as children of light. To take this narrative of his birth and to understand that it's all about the mission, the gospel, the good news that he came to offer us, and he offers us this light. And I guess if I say anything tonight to you on Christmas Eve, is to take a few moments to just humbly thank Jesus for the humble way that he came and offered to be light into our broken world, our dark world. And his light, as it shone through the darkness in our own lives, to take on that mission of light and to be that light to the world around us. We're so drawn to the darkness. We just want to go back to our old patterns. We want to serve ourselves. And we see this king who comes humbly as a baby and then walks humbly as he grows up, and he offers his life so freely for us. And I think that's what the light does. Breaks through the brokenness, the darkness of our selfishness, and it turns us into people who selflessly want to share the light with others, who have our eyes set on this mission of being the light into the dark. And I hope that that's who we can be as a faith community. Town and Field is a community that takes this calling of walking as children of light very seriously. Jesus in this text says, as you have the light, he's referencing, as you have me with you, walk out in this light, and not walk, because you can't really walk in the darkness, you can't navigate through the darkness. And we know that through Jesus' work on the cross, we now have this eternal light. And we're allowed now freely to walk in that and to share that with others. May we be a faith community that takes that gift seriously and makes it our life's mission, our life's desire to take this gift that came through this simple little baby and to share that with others. Because we can't do a candlelight service in person together this year, we've put together this Oh Holy Night montage where so many of you sent in videos. Thank you so much for doing that. Singing together and lighting candles together. So we're going to sing Oh Holy Night together. And maybe you're already in the video, maybe not. But I'd encourage you to grab some candles. And in the second verse, we will light them together. And as we gather digitally, as we gather kind of through spirit, we'll sing Oh Holy Night and we'll worship Jesus together, and we'll think about the goodness of his light as we light candles together, and as we set our hearts on being his light into dark.
This is Oh Holy Night by the Whites, take one.
Good job, I like that. Oh, okay.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and never pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morning.
Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels
That's as good as she's gonna get.
Man, I'm sorry. I feel like I let down the team. I started laughing so many times.
It's a 12-take wonder. Fantastic.
And it's probably awful.
It's all Ryan's fault.
While I was really looking forward to us gathering in person, how cool is it that we're able to do collective gathering things like that old Holy Night montage and still be connected in this way? What a wonderful Christmas Eve that I've gotten to spend with you guys. Thank you so much, Town and Field Church. It's been such a wonderful 4 months with you so far, and I'm really looking forward to what God has in store for us in 2021. Before you leave, we've got one last fun video for you to send you off with a few more Christmas carols. Enjoy and have a Merry Christmas.